Hey, we are recording.
Okay.
Hey, Coop.
What's going on?
All right. All right. So today I want to walk you through a productivity system that I tried, and I just want to be clear, I don't use it.
Great endorsement. I'm on.
But it's great because it illustrates
Mhm.
very quickly. It will very quickly illustrate why why getting things done is like the creme de la creme of productivity frameworks. However, the system, the way I'm going to show you, broke down on me because it really only works well at a computer. Personally, the way that I did it, it does not work well on a phone. And so,
Okay.
in my case, Friday afternoon hits, computer's locked. I go off to the family. I got 5 kids in a big house to take care of. I don't want to open my computer if I don't have to. I need my phone. I got my phone in my pocket. Who knows? I'm like on the floor rolling around with like toddlers wrestling.
Mhm.
I've got a phone, not a computer. And this thing was not fun to do on a phone. It was too complicated. So I'll talk about what I moved to some other time. But
Gotcha.
I'm going to share my screen
Mhm.
and walk you through where I got this from. Make sure I can share it. So bam, 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 bam. Okay, let me know when this pops up for you.
I am seeing the New Atlantis document.
Sweet. So I've been moving from entirely analog workflow systems, whether it's Everbook or I haven't really done a bullet journal in a long time, but I did try to do getting things done just in my big fat notebook. That did not work as well as I hoped that it would. And here's the main reason why it didn't work very well is because you cannot just remove something from a list and fill its spot with something else.
No.
And so what happens, right, is like if I'm in a notebook, I've got a list of things and I cross out like 90% of them. Now I've got a page of mostly crossed out things. What I want to do is remove those crossed out things,
Mhm.
keep the last few things that are still need to be done, and then repopulate the list and just keep it rolling.
Okay.
Can't do that on paper very easily. So I
Not
was
easy.
like, all right, I'm going to cave. I'm going to cave. I have to keep a certain amount of velocity in my work. Therefore, we're moving to digital. But like, I've had the hardest time finding like the sweet spot of the digital world. And one of the big issues I ran into was like, every time I pick an application to use, I think about the future of that application. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah. When it comes to, I'm in the paradox of choice initially, trying to select something, but then you instantly start poking holes in what you've selected and you're doubting yourself, and it kills the motivation to actually use the program you selected. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried I actually fell in love with an application called Logseq, Logseq.
Mhm.
It was such a pleasure to use. But
Mhm.
right now it's going over a huge, like the developers are changing it over, like they're re-architecting how the whole application works, and I'm going to have to migrate from, if I use it currently, I'm going to migrate to a new one. And then I tried it in their beta testing and the migration just went all crazy for me. I was like, oh man,
It
this is a mess.
ruined it.
And so
Okay.
I'm like, sure, I could clean up my situation, make the migration safely, but then I'm in the same spot of like, how long until, like,
Yeah.
does this have a 1 year shelf life? Does this have
Mhm.
a 10-year shelf life? I don't know. So I tried a handful of other apps and just like da, 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 da. And then I was complaining about I was bemoaning my lack of
Mhm.
sweet spot to Google Gemini, and it didn't tell me look at this article. It
Mhm.
included this article in the citations, and I noticed it because Alan Jacobs, he's an essayist that back when I was in college, we had a professor that he would always like make us read a bunch of his essays. So it's like Alan Jacobs wrote about um, outlining and productivity. So interesting. And so this article popped up, and what took my, he says, this first paragraph, he says, so when I think about software that could seriously alter the way I write, one of the first examples that comes to mind is Workflowy. Now, or we might talk about workflowy later. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, now workflowy seems to have been designed largely as a task manager, and I'm intrigued by it because its design brings a certain degree of desirable structure to what desirable Turnbull or Giles Turnbull once memorably called the big ass text file, or big BATF. Now, I looked into that because I was like, I have never heard of a text file being a thing for productivity.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a whole thing. There's a subreddit dedicated to one big text file. It's not very active. Oh, someone posted 26 days ago. That's cool.
Yeah.
But the idea being like, you just use one .txt file.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the entirety of your productivity system. And so there's a handful of people here that talked about it. Or were you going to say something?
No, essentially the simplicity of it seems very foreign to modern solutions.
Right. And I love it because the future is secure. A .txt file is always going to be a .txt file.
Yep.
On any operating system. I'm using Windows right now. Kind of want to go to Linux. I was in the Apple store today and I got my fingers on a MacBook Pro, but I'm like, if I switch operating systems, I have to rethink some of the applications that I use on those operating systems. If it's a .txt file, then that doesn't matter. I can just take that with me anywhere I go.
Infinite compatibility.
And it's so tiny. If you need a backup of your whole productivity suite, just email it to yourself. It's like 1 megabyte would be a huge file.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
in
you know,
text.
There's a lot I could say. But here's one of the most interesting articles I found was this guy, Jeff Wang. 14 years. He used a .txt file as his productivity system. And I won't read this whole thing, but part of his story is he did his PhD in computer science. And this .txt file was his like core productivity system. I think the only other thing that he did was he would move some stuff onto his calendar. But generally it was just like, yeah, every day I write the date and I just kind of keep track of my day and tasks go on here and it's how it works. So I was like, that's crazy. All right.
Simple.
So if you're down,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to walk you through how we can make this happen. Are you ready?
Yeah. No, I never had a consistent productivity system. We have like workflow applications at work to assign to-do tasks called Basecamp. Now it's Basecamp 4 that we use. And then Outlook calendar, things like that, but nothing consistent for my day-to-day. So yeah, I'm on board. Let's check out this new thing called a .txt. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to call this underscore. So it's underscore.txt because I don't really know what name to give it. It's like, if it's my everything little text file, I don't really, giving it any kind of a name feels weird. And I'm going to open this with Notepad because every operating system has its built-in default text editor. And so I'm on Windows. Windows has Notepad. Ta-da! Sweet. Okay. We're gonna watch this evolve in front of us as this continues. And so, do you have one up on your screen too?
I do.
Okay, cool.
A beautiful Notepad blank document.
So, okay, cool. So you type along, and like maybe later we'll look at yours too.
Gosh, just don't look at the spelling. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you're on a screen over here, which is why I keep looking off to the side.
It's totally fine. My text is over here, so we'll be bouncing back and forth.
Okay, cool. So let's start with like let's just start with generation 1. And we're gonna start with what Jeff was writing on his blog, where we're just gonna write the date. So today is June 22nd, 2026. I like to put what day of the week it is. So I'm gonna say it's Monday, June 22nd, 2026. And this is when you just start with what's going on. So I don't know. Let's say maybe like I'm thinking about my day. I'm like, oh, gotta do the laundry. It's a laundry day. What else I gotta do? And you like reply to Pam's email, and then had a great time at breakfast. And then maybe I do a timestamp of a meeting with Susan, whoever Susan is. And I'm taking notes in the meeting. Note 1. Oops. Note 2. Task 3. And there we go. That's a simple enough system. Would you say?
Yes, very much.
Let's watch this. I'm going to ask you this. What's the first flaw in the system that you've identified?
I mean, it's one of those where I feel like once you start racking up a lot of items, it become just very congested. It's not, there's not different categories of, nothing's really a priority. You're just simply just historically documenting your day.
Yeah, that's right. And then one thing that I've noticed, so like the word that comes to mind is homogeneous. And so I need a way to distinguish.
Yeah.
Because I've got some of these things are just notes and some of these things are actual tasks.
Mm-hmm.
But just by at first glance, I'd have to read every line to distinguish between what's what.
Mm-hmm.
So just like from the bullet journal, Ryder Carroll's method, he's like, hey, a task gets a dot and a note gets a dash. We're going to do the same thing. So this is a task. It's just going to get an asterisk. It's an asterisk. That's a note, note, a task, asterisk, boom. So we've already evolved this, that I'm distinguishing between tasks and notes. That's cool. Got a dash, an asterisk. And then if I complete something in a format like this, I'm just going to put an X on it. Pretty simple now. At a glance, I can see what needs to be done, what has been done, and right, I can also see which tasks are associated with that meeting, aren't, etc. Okay, our product is now, like, you could, many people could just take what we've accomplished so far and live 90% of their life. Like, you really could.
Yeah.
And you could even, like, if there's stuff to do in the future, you could just write future days and just park tasks in the future days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, fold laundry. So I do the laundry on Monday.
Wait a day. Hey, we've all been there. It's fine.
Right? It's like I put it in the dryer, go to sleep in the morning, wake up.
Yeah. I know where it is. It's fine.
Okay. But I'll tell you, my first thing that I get from this is to say, I am not excited about the idea of having to scroll down through lots and lots of history to pull out my tasks. So the first thing I want to do, right? Do you feel that? You feel how painful that would be after like a week of this?
It's like a beautiful scroll. He's got to like go back there, see your journey.
But what if it's 2 weeks?
It's not very efficient. Okay.
What if there's something from 3 weeks ago that you're like,
fight for it. You got to earn that task.
I had that conversation. I was supposed to do something. I don't know if I did. Okay. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
It's a text file. I can do literally whatever I want. I'm going to make a tasks section at the top.
Beauty.
I can learn how to spell it. And guess what? We're going to steal from Ryder Carroll again.
I won't tell anybody.
You know how he has migration? If you've ever seen that, like if you're like, I wrote a task here, but I want to actually now move it to a different spot in my notebook. You basically write an arrow or a greater than or less than sign to indicate which way you moved it in your notebook. So we're going to
brag, but I've purchased about 60 bullet journals and I've never done the bullet journal system. So, all right, keep going.
I'm looking at my shelf of mine over there.
No, I have 2 boxes of them, but it's just scrap notes, and I've worked hard to become this level of ignorant. Keep going. All right, ready.
All right, cool. So we're just going to migrate some tasks up to our tasks list. So we're going to do a caret shift 6 for the stuff that gets moved up. Boom. Or you could copy paste it, but it depends if you like having the original left where it was.
Yeah.
So that you kind of have like your whole day laundry and task 3 for Susan, whatever that is. Okay, cool. Now we've got we've got a discrepancy now. We have tasks and we have a journal. Here's the next thing. Maybe I would ask you, is what we have so far with this level of complexity, how much of your life does it now cover?
You're documenting with notes and you're establishing tasks and then you're recording when you complete tasks. That's most of it. Trying to think what's missing.
I'll tell you something that's missing.
Mhm.
I actually need I need Pam to email me back. It's really important that Pam emails me back.
Yeah.
Because when I get her email reply, then I need to go do my next thing.
Okay. So you're documenting follow-up?
And I'm a little concerned that if I don't remember, like I think Pam's gonna forget to email me.
It's classic Pam. Yeah.
And so there's two ways we can approach this. One is I can just make a note. Remind Pam to email me back. Boom. I could do that.
Mhm.
Or I'm gonna introduce another idea. Is we're gonna add one more list at the top called waiting for.
Like a pending list. Okay.
And so this list is super simple. I'm going to say, I want to record the day. So June 22nd. Let's do it like this. Pam, trying to think of a good. Pam, reply to important. I've been waiting since June 22nd for Pam to reply to my email. Okay, now I've got a little bit more complexity, but now I can separate things out. Of the things I need to do are separate now from the things I'm waiting on other people to do.
Correct.
Now at work, do you ever ask somebody to do something and then you have to remember that you ask them when you ask them?
Yes.
And whether or not they've done it?
Yes. A lot of times had communicating with different org levels and when they're not physically present. So it's on your working member to actually track it, and that does not end well.
And what if you're not anywhere near the top of that other person's priority list?
Yeah. Whoa, how dare you? I'm always a priority. But yeah, no, you're right. That can get lost very easily.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's where the waiting for list becomes super, super useful.
I do like that.
Okay. Let's see.
Seconds.
And
do you order them just based on just date when you enter it?
Yep.
Okay.
So you can decide. I've always done it. What do you call that? Ascending order. Is that the right one? Where the oldest item is at the top of the list and the most recent at the bottom.
Okay.
You can play with that. I like it because as the older the thing, maybe the more urgently I need to follow up on it. Get it done.
Reminds me of the being a girl boy at Brahms, where it's like the orders would come through and they'd go from green to yellow to red, become a bigger deal. The longer they stay there, stress. Okay, that's what that led to.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay. Enough of my glory days. Let's keep going.
Okay, cool. I need to. All right, I had a reference document open over here that I closed. I need to open it back up.
Test 3. Okay.
Bring our next problem. Okay, here we go. So we've got a journal. We've got a tasks list that we can pull from our journal, and we've got a waiting for list. I don't know. I wish I had I should have generated a list that's like 100 items long. Because like, how many items will you have at the end of like 3 weeks of this kind of a thing?
I mean, journaled quite a few, but tasks, if you're on top of it, it shouldn't be. I assume you delete them as you complete them. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too bad. I honestly have no idea. I've never done this before. How that'll scale.
I'm looking at I've got a different window open with all my personal ones.
Yeah.
I have not even finished capturing everything that I have to do. And my next action, my tasks list, it's easily going to be like 60 to 100 things.
Okay.
Because like
Seems-
look around here. This is really simple.
Mhm.
So to think of all the things that you are responsible for, you can just turn around right now and just look around your office or your room.
Yeah.
How many things are you going to notice that you probably that like I should do that?
Yeah. There's books, there's studies, there's workflows, and there's training documents I need to build at work. I can think the next probably 3 months of prep training documents for training my team I could build, and that could all be on a task list. That's like, I feel like that makes it worse. Like seeing them all listed up in a row. But does it make it easier to like compartmentalize? Like, is that actually been helpful to see it all? Because ignorance is bliss. I forget about 2/3 of them, and it's great.
I
But I
think
think that's not.
no,
Yeah.
that's a really good question. The trouble is a lot. There's like this intangible network of things that we're responsible for,
Hmm.
like actions that ought to be taken by us. And the only question is, are we presently aware of them or not?
Okay. Like Jonathan Maxwell calls it the law of timing, and a lot of different things like that are tied to like how to actually prioritize. It's so many little things, but that's the whole deal of like the classic quote of like what was it, the efficient person knows how to get what they want, a philosopher knows what we ought to want, a leader knows how to get what we ought to want. And so it's one of those things where if it's all present, information is power. And it's someone else always says like a problem well stated is half resolved. So I guess you're stating clearly all your problems in your life. It just seems like a lot, but I guess so you're scaling it well though. So it's not like you're accumulating all this in one day.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay. I guess.
Maybe you could if you pop up and getting things done. David Allen's like, you really need to like block off a day, if not a week, and just get it all in your system. Design your system and then get it all in there. Because
You
the deal
maintain
is,
it. Yeah.
just because you're not aware of something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It still exists. The problem is when it's outside of your system, you are not in control of when you think about the thing.
True.
When it's outside of the system, you will think about the thing when you run into it. And therefore, who knows what you were doing when you ran into it? So if it's at work, right? If there's a training document you need to work on, you might not be actively thinking about that. You might be like, right, you walk into work, you see this person, you see that person, and in your mind is like, oh, there's tasks related to you two that now I'm thinking about. And then you sit down at your desk because you're like, all right, it's the morning. There's this particular email I need to read from corporate before I really get started and have our team meeting. And then you pull that up, but you left open last night a document you were working on for the training session. You're like, oh, I also got to work on that. And now in like a 15-second time span, you've been bombarded with like 20 different things that you've got to do.
And I have time for two of them. Yeah.
Right. You feel in that 15 seconds the pressure to make a decision about all of them right in that moment.
I'm upset by how relatable that is, and I'm not a fan of it.
Aren't you so stressed out when that happens?
It isn't good.
It's like the worst.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's called 10:01 on a work day after we open the store.
Yes.
I sit down.
And so the idea is when you get it all into your system, you are now in control about when you make the decision of what to do about the thing.
Okay. I see value there.
So I use the example
I love being so reactive and out of control and stressed. It's like it's my sweet spot.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
So here, this is the last thing I'll say on this is when you are diligent about getting it all into your system, you get to decide when that psychic energy, psychological energy, that mental energy, when it is spent making decisions. Then when you're actually at work, you're not doing any of the deciding in the moment. You already decided yesterday or this morning or another time. Therefore, it's a similar way to think about it is like you don't decide. Think like a basketball team doesn't decide how to play basketball during the game.
Can I give you a great reference that I don't follow at all? John Wooden, one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. Again, what he does during a game, he sits down, pulls out his little game brochure, crosses his legs, sits there. Sit.
Yeah.
Doesn't. He's not like against coaches nowadays up there running up and down the sideline, screaming, face red, cussing out refs. He's like, no. If I prepared them well, we'll win. And more often than not, they did. Like 10 NCAA championships. Anyway, regardless, I'm a fan of that perspective. I don't embody it, but I'm a fan of it. So,
That's all good.
Yeah.
But no, that's a similar idea. So when you show up for work, you're just executing. It's just time to go. And obviously, there's times at work where it's like you're gonna pause.
Yeah.
I need to decide. I've got a bunch of stuff that's piled up. I'm in a good space right now. I need to make a bunch of decisions, and then I'm gonna get back to work. Basically, then I'm gonna get back in the game. I have for a long time really struggled with how to find flow at work because I remember I really loved my favorite job was being an audiovisual technician because you would show up, you'd have your tech sheets, it would say what gear needed to go where for what time it needed to start. All the decisions about what work to do and when had been done. And now I'm like, boom, I just get to get started executing the work and leveraging skills that I really enjoy leveraging. And by the end of like an 8-hour day, sometimes a 16-hour day, I felt awesome. And so much of the reason was because I was just moving. I was just moving. Next thing. And then, lucky me, I got promoted to management. And I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
The flow, it's gone.
It's like, I don't know. Like I'm reading about like flow and deliberate practice. I'm like, I don't have no idea how to do that as an executive. I got management, I got sales, I got professional like partnerships to maintain, I got presentations to prepare. Like, how do I? And it was so mentally exhausting. I got through it by automating away a bunch of tasks. I did not get through it by finding flow.
Okay.
It did not happen. Just always like, just delete as many emails as possible, as quickly as possible. That's how I got through it. Okay. So
Systems.
So as we think about like what's getting things done about, it is about bringing the true complexity of our life right in front of us on our terms. Make sense?
Yes.
Cool. All right. I think to save time, I'm just going to walk you through the rest of the components of getting things done. And we're just going to build them right here on this text document. And this text document, it is good enough. So we've got the waiting for list. Great. I'm going to call this our journal, and I'm going to do something else. I'm going to add little header dashes so I remember what a heading is. And this is the cool thing about it being a .txt file is you can customize this to look like whatever you want.
But it'll still look like a text file. You can't make it fancy with a bunch of artwork.
No, that's true. But like one thing I'll do is
which is good. Like simplicity. That's the whole thing. Okay.
Is
equal signs. What magical thing is that? Okay.
I know, right? Yeah, right. Look at these fancy features. Technology's come so far.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, so there's our journal, and then up here I'm gonna write
exactly how many equal signs?
80.
Okay.
So actually, in the bottom it says what column. See the line in column.
I'm not gonna copy that. Okay. I'm going to approximate the amount of dashes.
GTD. All those GTD lists.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. So okay, in the world of getting things done. So we have the waiting for list. Tasks is not a good enough definition. It's not.
You came up with it.
I'm going to show you what we got to do. We got to do this. We're going to have next actions. Next actions. And this is can do right now. Now is spelled now. Like right now. Right now.
Yeah. Meow.
Right now. And so do the laundry. We can put that here. Next list is actually going to be projects. Can do right now, or I should say outcome that requires multiple steps. We'll play that out in just a second so it makes more sense. But think of, I like the example of getting an oil change from a mechanic. That's a project. It seems like, oh, it's a to-do. No, it's a project. to get the oil changed on your car, whether you do it yourself or you take it to a mechanic, there's multiple steps. I have someone else change my oil, so here are the steps. I
Same.
have to call the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna schedule a time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to drop off my car at that time. Then I have to pick it up when he's done. That's 3 steps. And then I might need to make like a reminder of when the next oil change is going to take place if I don't expect to hit the mileage for the next oil change. So that would be a multi-step project. I'll just go ahead and put that in here. We'll come back to it in just a minute. I can learn how to type. Get oil changed. All right. Next up is our calendar. Now, what, pray tell, Cooper brother, do you think the calendar is for?
I assume appointments.
Nope.
Or meetings. Maybe just put your birthday on there so you don't forget. I don't know. What is it? I'm honestly not close. Task, action projects, reoccurring.
It could be for reoccurring tasks.
Oh my gosh! Like it's
Okay.
like I didn't read the book.
This is so. I love this. Okay, if next actions is a list of things you can do right now, calendar is a list of actions that
for the future.
For the future.
Oh yeah, first try.
Yeah. So it's very similar to our waiting for, and so I'm just gonna put a date.
Future actions. All right, fine.
June 30th.
17th. Okay.
Is I don't know. I'm gonna say
30 days.
Sign up for guitar lessons. That's how I do my videos now. I just go look around my office and like pick an object and make it to do about it. Okay.
Still working.
Like, is your car in your office? No, it's not in my office. Okay.
All right. Whenever you say.
What's up? Okay.
What's in parentheses next to calendar? What I put?
Next to calendar is
future tasks.
Items that cannot be done until a future date. So important. Next actions is stuff you could do right now. There's nothing stopping you. But the calendar is I have to wait until a certain day.
Simple.
And then on that day, you do the thing. Or if it's a project, right? If it's like on this day, I begin my multi-step thing. Great. You move it from the calendar into the projects. Next is there's some debate as to how you could handle this next one. Actually, I'm not going to do the one I had in mind. We're going to do this one.
Okay. I'll never know what it was.
What we've talked about so far, we can get rid of tasks. Sorry, Susan. Don't need anymore. Susan will be fine.
Because we've broken up tasks and now they're okay.
Yeah. So there are different categories now. There's another one. Another list that you need are actions and projects that you might do later. Oops.
In my mind, that's every task. So I think
there are some. So there are some. For example, I have. I'm looking around my office. I'm sure. I
already have that.
Built to Last. I have Good to Great and Built to Last by Jim Collins. Right.
That's
beautiful
right
duo of books. Beautiful duo of books. I would really like to read them.
It's wrapped in plastic still, but it's back there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just like, in my field of work, that would be brilliant. I just don't have the time right now. So
heard a lot of good things.
I'm gonna make my someday maybe list. I'm not gonna call it list because it is a list. These are items that might be considered to do in the future.
So this is the only list
committed to.
Yeah, it's the only list I actually already have in my life. It's actually where everything lives.
Wow. Everything. And it's actually so important because, for example, if you have a closet that's just like full of stuff and you're like trying to get everything, you're like, oh man, the thought of going through that closet right now is just too much. It's like, that's okay. You could totally put it on the someday maybe list or commit to a day, 2 months from now. It's like, that's the day. And then you would put it on the calendar. It's like, it's in your system. All that stuff is in your system, but it's in there as a placeholder. It's not in there as like, you don't have to take the time. So for some people, 48 hours, go get everything in the system. For other people, it's like, I can commit half an hour a day. I'm like, great. Well, in the first half hour, you need to kind of like make a network such that your tasks now represent your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
that as you complete them, you will be getting into that closet and opening up that junk drawer and getting into all of your different stuff. That's okay. So someday maybe, what I say, read
Good to great.
the 2 Jim Collins books. So like love to read those 2 as like a pair. Okay. Now, let's get back to your appointments. This one's a little tricky in how you handle it, but I'm going to show you. It's not simply a list. It is a list, but it's a little bit more than a list. It's agendas. And so I'm actually going to make a new section here. Yeah, I'm going to make a new section here.
Like journal and list, like new section?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to call it. So the journal's there. Make this down here. I'm just going to call it GTD support. Because like, oh, that should be all caps. I'm doing everything all caps. Because this top stuff is where I want to live all the time. Right? This is where it's just me reflecting. However, there's going to be some stuff I need to look into that, like, the information at the top will trigger me to scroll down. And here's how we get there. The first one is agendas. All right, let's pause. What do you think an agenda is?
It feels like another task list, but agendas? I'm assuming that sounds like your itinerary, just your scheduled tasks. Info related to a person.
Info related to a person or an appointment. So,
agenda.
Man, I'm just going to add some blank lines so I can get that up. There we go. So, agendas. Agendas are something you could do as individual documents. You can do it as sections. I'm just going to show you how I've done it when I did the text document.
Okay.
And there's 2 types of agendas. Like I said, person or appointment. A person can be like a coworker. So you might have one that's called like boss or spouse or I don't even know. That guy I see at the coffee shop. Every time I get a cup of coffee, he's like there at the same time. Then you have, I do just a blank line to separate the 2, is appointment related. And so you're going to have a date. And in my case, I often have multiple meetings on any given day. And so I'll say June 23rd, 2026. And under that, I'll say like, meeting with Amanda, presentation for sales. But here's the thing. These are both reminders, but they're also kind of miniature documents. And so I take a little note from software code and make little curly braces to introduce a space that I go, okay, this is just stuff related to my boss. So as I'm going about my day, I'm like, anything that occurs that I need to make sure I talk through with my boss the next time I see him, I'm going to go here. So item for next monthly report. I got to tell him about that. Steven needs to be fired. Tell him about that.
Putting that off for a while.
Competitors, acquisition. I don't know. Whatever I think I need to talk about, boss. Spouse. She gets the same treatment. In my case, that would be a she. Yeah. The guy at the coffee shop. I don't know. Maybe I see a conspiracy theory I want to talk about with him. Bring it up.
Classic opening line. Okay.
Theory.
So those spaces are weird. Okay. That's like your parentheses, but it's per thing. Okay. Just your code terminology.
Zoom in.
Oh my God. I just got used to glancing over at things and now they're different.
Okay. And then the similar thing will happen down here. So I got the meeting with Amanda. Do little curly braces so I can demark where it begins and where it ends.
Curly braces.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. But, M1, M2, item 3. So this is just like you can imagine you've got those like 15 things that's going on at work that are going on at work. And so instead of thinking about them as you encounter them, you put them into your system. Right? You put them in. If it's multiple steps, it's like, okay, get oil changed. My next action is call the mechanic to schedule oil change. Oops.
Oh.
Makes sense? So it's like for every project, there is something elsewhere related to it. I have a project. Maybe I'm waiting on someone for something about that. Maybe I have to take an action on it. Maybe an item needs to happen, in the near future. But usually it's not in the someday maybe because you're actively working on it. Okay.
Okay. And you sometimes you'll pull from someday maybe and put it into next action, like when it's okay. So it's like it's kind of a priority system as well, in a way. Okay.
Exactly.
Just a couple notes, I guess. And this is like an index for because agendas. I feel like that's time related, but it's more like an index of characters or events or.
Think of like
report. Still kind of weird.
It's information that needs to be shared in a future opportunity.
Okay.
But so, for example, I use my washing the dishes analogy. So let's say washing. It's 8 p.m. at night. Washing the dishes. Got the gloves on. I'm all soapy, and I've got a big presentation at work tomorrow. And something comes to mind. Hey, make sure you make this joke to break the ice. I'd be like, oh, I need to write that down. So the big question is, where do you write it down?
At this point, GTD supports. I'm assuming
you're going to write it on the agenda for the presentation.
Yeah.
I've got this little section. I'm like, oh, something came to mind for the thing. The next time I need to remember that thing will be at the meeting itself. Therefore, I go, I make my note here. Funny joke for icebreaker.
Did you hear about the robbery at the wig store?
No.
They had to comb the entire building. And we're in. Let's go. All right.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. So you would put that here. It's 8 p.m. at night. You've got a space. Thought enters your brain. You have a space to deliver it to. Boom. You're free. No stress. No searching for it tomorrow. No nothing. It's here.
That's actually pretty nice.
Isn't that great? And then here's the best part. My favorite part about agendas is this actually becomes the place that you take notes while you're in the meeting.
Huh. But those are from my bullet journals that I'll never open again. Like I have a broken system for this already.
I know, right? Okay. So this is where
So you'll put the dates and then the type of meeting and the notes all in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying both of these happen on June 23rd.
Okay.
And then I'll have another one June 24th. Another meeting presentation, and then I'll have my little curly braces to indicate where it begins, where it ends. It's supposed to be very simple.
Okay. That's all agendas.
Those are agendas. And so some of them are based on a person. Some of those are based on an event. And then you can decide what you do when they're done. So after the meeting, obviously actionable items need to be moved up into your other lists wherever they belong. And then the meeting notes themselves, you could make like, I often will have like an agendas archive where I just will cut and paste it into that space. So I didn't lose it. It's not gone, but it's moved. I don't need it anymore. It's there for if I need to go back and look.
Yeah. Where do you put that? You're saying you make another section within the text document?
Yeah. So what I'll do is, at the very bottom of the text document,
you have an archive.
Is like I just call something archive. And it just becomes my dumping ground for information. So let's just say, right, the day is done. June 23rd is complete. I've had these meetings. I've moved what I need to move up into my system. Then I'll just cut, paste.
Are there times when you'll delete things because you know you'll never need them again?
That's the thing is like,
Mhm.
I only delete things if the space itself needs to be mutable. So like my next actions list is
Mhm.
always changing.
Okay.
Always, right? You're doing stuff, you're putting stuff on it, you're moving stuff. So none of this stuff gets archived.
Mhm.
The journal represents time that has passed.
Yeah.
It's a description of time that passed. And so therefore I will park it when I'm done, right? I've gone back, I looked at my June 22nd entry.
Mhm.
Done with that, just all right, cool. Paste it down here. Boop. If I ever need that stuff again, it's still here. And then I can continue my journal.
Okay, so you clear out the journal every so often and you
Mhm.
archive or you archive your journal. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So about once a week. I like to do my
That
weekly
makes
reviews
sense.
on Friday. I
Yeah.
go through all that stuff, get it out of the way.
So otherwise your journal will get ridiculously huge. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And the whole point is like I want to stay fresh. I want my system to be a fresh description of my life right now.
Okay.
Which means when stuff is done, I just got to move it out of the way. All right.
Hmm.
Now, there's two other sections, just two other sections to add, and we are in a great spot. Sometimes there are many projects that you just intuitively understand what needs to happen next.
Mhm.
But there are some projects that are relatively complex.
Mhm.
And so I'll do one that I'm working on is upgrade cell phone. And so there's a few variables at play. I don't know what phone I want.
Mhm.
I don't know what promotions I'm eligible for.
Mhm.
I don't know what the other people on my plan want to do. Got At least my wife is on my plan, so it's like the two of us need to talk about that.
Mhm.
Make a decision. So here's what we do. Underneath agendas, we're going to make a new section, and it's just called project support. And then in here,
Okay.
how you organize it can be whatever, but just for the simplicity's sake, I'm going to just do it the same way we did agendas. So I'm going to take basically the same wording from the project, and I might put, I don't know, I want to put a symbol on here. One of those? Let's do a little tilde. What is that? Whatever that mark is called.
Just say it confidently, I'll agree with you. At
Cool.
till days, if you're gonna remind me to go down to project support.
I don't have like a good down arrow that I know of, so it's good enough. Anyway, that indicates there's a project support. Upgrade cell phone. And then I'll just do some curly braces to indicate that it opens and closes. And now I'm gonna say, maybe I'll say like,
Get them curly
I just
braces.
need to take notes about it, like phones to check out. And I'll be like, I want to check out the new Google Pixel
How dare you?
and new Razer and the new the S26 because I'm an Android guy.
Okay.
Rag on iPhones at the store. Okay.
Who hurt you? Okay, let's see.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so I might take
iPhone apologetics training. Okay.
good. Okay, I'm just making notes because I had a good conversation with my wife and I want to make sure I don't forget what she said. And there we go. Actually, I don't know. I could go. I can't go iPhone because I feel
Why?
if I were to get an iPhone, I would have to commit to the entire Apple ecosystem, which I know is not true.
Oh,
But I
that's
feel that
just
way, right? And I
such
don't
a
want to commit. So I'm still planning on rocking Android.
work on that
But anyway,
paradigm.
you can see upgrading the cell phone. There's like a handful of things, and I might like promotions, and then I might, list my promotions. Promotion 1.
Wait till September, new phone launches, something like
It's
that.
just simply like I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit down. I'm gonna spend 15 minutes thinking about this. I just want a place where I can take notes So why I'm gonna walk into the store, or I'm gonna hop online, whatever. I just want to be able to find like, all right, what are all the little notes I took related to this project? They don't need to be complex. It just needs to be enough to help me jog my memory
I like
and
that.
bring to mind what I needed to do to make the decisions. Sweet.
Pretty obvious, but it's like it's a good logical progression.
Yeah. This
My
is good.
thing, but you're fine. All right, keep going.
This is good for relatively simple projects.
Mhm.
When I have a big project like for work,
Yeah.
then in my Google, I use Google Suite for my stuff. So in my Google Drive, I'll make a folder. I have a folder called Project Support, and then I have a folder for the project, and then in the folder I have text documents, slide presentations, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably leverage Basecamp for that if it's work related, large scale.
But the key is you don't begin in the folders. You look at your projects list.
So you have like, we'll say project here, and then you'll make a cool little probably text notation. That means you'll probably have something outside here. You use this to reference documents that are outside the text document?
Typically, if it's large enough, I just know that I have a folder.
Okay, because that means it's a high priority work project type of thing. Okay.
Exactly. I just know. I'm like, yeah, duh. Yeah, I know. It's like I've got to prepare a presentation. It's in this folder. It's in my Google Drive. It's got that
the project. You still put the project in here?
I do put the project in here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Always.
It makes sense. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose.
Yeah. You want to have. It's so important that you have one source of truth for all this stuff. One place.
One place, one purpose. It's from Atomic Habits / probably 1,000 other things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The last section that we need, and we will have a full getting things done system in here, is we need one more GTD support thing, and it's just going to be called reference. Just information that crosses my path that I might need. And I delineate this into two categories of reference. I call it like quick reference for super short bits of information I need to recall frequently, and then long form reference. And so you can decide if you're using a system like this, then maybe you say, okay, I'm going to use the reference in the .txt file for short reference, but long form I'm going to put in my Google Drive or something. Or like you could just, if you can copy paste it in here, you can just paste it in here. People have like written essays and books, like multiple. There are people that like, oh yeah, for every blog post I've ever written, I started it in my text document. I fleshed it out there, and then I just pasted it into my blog. And so their text document has tens of thousands of lines, and it's not a problem. But they just like, just do all my work in there. If I ever need something, it's in there. Like, that's awesome. So quick reference. I like to do something like this to indicate, I don't know, just keeps it at the top of the list.
Where is that?
With the tilde, it's the shift next to the one.
Oh, okay.
It goes over your enye. So one of my items might be like my library card number. I don't know why.
I lied. I didn't find it. Where is it? Shift there. I found it.
Okay, good job. So my library card number, I might need to.
Oh,
I don't know.
Let's click something bad. Okay. Deleted everything. Okay. Let's see.
Office security code is that.
My cute braces, whatever it's called. Library.
And if you're a coder, you might want to format these so they all line up properly.
Know that language. Okay.
Anyway, but it's just like super simple stuff like that at the top. And then after that, it's alphabetical, and it will be more complex information. So I might keep like my address history. That's right. Isn't that I don't know about you, but it's so annoying when I have a document to fill out. It's like list everywhere you've lived in the last 25 years. I'm like,
that's so because I'd have to sound weird, like try to find old emails and old bills and stuff. There's no way else to find it.
And so this might be a place like, hey, I run into that often enough, like once a year maybe. I should just write that down somewhere. And then it's here. It's always going to be here. I can go get it if ever I need it.
Interesting. Do you archive anything from here?
Yeah, if ever. Yeah, so the recommendation from GTD, from David Allen's recommendation, is once a year, go through your reference and pull stuff out you don't need anymore.
Okay.
And in his case, I think they're often just trashing it. But in the digital world, like you never need to trash anything. So just, it's in the archive.
Bury it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I guess there's no need to really clear out the archive. Do you have systems to, once you scale this, which you have pretty well, to search, find? Are you at the point where like you have so much in reference that it's hard to find things, or I guess you don't really need to?
So I'll show you.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find it. Hang on. I gotta find it. Where did I put it? I put it here. I'm gonna pause.
Like an index?
Hang on. Yeah, I'll show you one. I gotta stop sharing for 1 second.
It's fine.
Show me your document. What's it look like?
I know how to share my screen. Wait. Share screen. Select window. Look at this beauty. You see it?
I do see it.
Work of
very
art
nice
here. Funny wig joke. iPhone apologetics. We've got it all. Like there's really, oh my, it's a white screen. And I don't think I went the full, I went 84 equal signs to the right. So it's a bit better in your system, but
yeah, it's pretty advanced.
It's called innovation. All right. I need you to keep
way more info on your document.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm built to scale. I'm done now. Stop sharing. I'm giving away too much.
Okay.
This is now my system.
Let me see.
84 dash is strong. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna show
you. Let me edit this. Future wife's opinion. We're not quite there yet. All right.
There we go.
Got that edited. We're good.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what I ended up doing for my big document, and I'm not showing my whole document because it has a ton of personal info on it. But I'll show you this part.
Just whip it out. You might get
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see this.
I can see your contents in there.
Yep.
Beautiful. This is more in depth.
Yeah. So this is where I got to, because you can see all the elements are there from GTD. GTD, all the stuff, journal, project support, reference. And I learned a long time ago that if I wanted to implement an address system, I should pre-pend the address with this tilde period. Yeah. That's like not used in computing.
No, I didn't even know how to find it.
Right? So if I like this document, look on the side here.
Yeah.
See on the side, that whole thing?
I've already screen recorded this. So I'm going to dissect everything on that right side. Yeah.
That you see, I'm not going to mouse over it because it'll zoom in.
Zoom in? Yes, I see it. It's bigger than mine. Is that what you want me to say? All right. All right. Fine. You win. Yours is bigger. Keep going.
And so what I decided was like, okay, so if I need to jump down to my projects list, I just want to write tilde period P, and then I hit next. I'm not going to do it because it'll jump there.
And it pops
and
you
it'll
down
take me right to the spot, right to the top of that list. And same for calendar. Similar for the journal. So instead of I wanted to be able to make bookmarks. I only have one, but there's like, just like I want to quickly hop to not just the journal section, but today's journal. So I do tilde equals today, and that boom brings me right there. And I can, of course, add that however I want. And I've got the archive at the very bottom is H.
What app is this that you're opening your .txt
this
in?
This is Kate. And so
meet you, Kate.
Is a text editor built by a crew that usually builds Linux applications.
She's prettier than my notepad.
So yeah, this is one of the areas where once you've gotten a document that starts to get hard to use in a traditional operating system,
you need to call Kate.
Native text editor like Notepad, you can get what a software developer would use. And so you can get Kate, VS Code, Sublime Text. There's a handful of others that.
But they're not necessary, but they're an option.
Yeah. They're really good. They're really good at processing really big files, really big text files. That's all.
Say, but the size of this thing is still tiny, but there's a lot of text. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So look how many lines is this? Here, I'm gonna stop sharing so I can find out.
I'll close my eyes. Okay.
This is 1,384 lines.
Well, mine is 112. Now with tape, 113.
It is. Let me find out. Pull up in my browser and find out the size is 48 kilobytes. 48 kilobytes.
I'm pretty sure that's like the US penny. Like we've done away with kilobytes. Okay, they don't count those anymore. We're done.
When is the last time you saw a file with any significant amount of information in it that was measured in kilobytes?
When I was downloading some Apple Music back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's like
the
craziest thing for me was when I saw
that Linkin Park song. Let's go.
I started doing it and I just watched the count in kilobytes, or it was like obviously in bytes first and then kilobytes. I was just like, this is insane.
So
by the time this hits 1 megabyte,
little guy,
there's going to be an insane amount of information in here. Okay. Here's the challenge. This is maybe the last thing that I'll say. I think that the text file is exactly where to start if you want to like take GTD seriously. It's so easy.
It sounds like a drug, but yep, keep going. Yeah. Want to get on GTD?
Dude, it is a drug. There's a guy I coached that he implemented getting things done for the first time. And he's like, I don't have any migraines anymore. I'm like, yeah. You didn't realize like you have built this huge impenetrable wall to help to hold back the flood of stress that's trying to kill you every day.
It's like my old friend. Yeah.
And he's like, now that everything's in my system, I just don't, and like when I go to sleep, I just go to sleep. I'm like, yeah, it's how it's supposed to work.
You've offloaded or downloaded all that over here.
Exactly. It's in our system. I'm like, that's how it works. The only reason that I am not doing it all in a .txt file anymore is because of mobile.
Okay.
And so, ironically, I am in Workflowy, which I'll share my screen.
Oh, that's what
he
referenced.
Yeah, he was talking about it, and I was like, I like to be a contrarian, so I didn't really want to use it.
The Atlanta, that's right. It's classic Devin move right there.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do it.
He probably has an iPhone too. It's what a chump, this guy.
Yeah, this is basically the top level of my system. I've got a journal. I've got a capture spot. So just any thoughts, I'm like, I need to just immediately move this in. I don't really care. I don't need to associate with a particular day.
Yeah.
It goes in there. But one thing I'll show you why I love this is every section becomes a document.
Wow. It moved.
And so I'll do this. Next actions. And projects. So let's do the oil change example.
Clearly not ready for this. Yeah.
Oil change. Now let's say for my oil change, I need to write down the phone number for the mechanic so I don't forget it. Like, instead of having a project support section, I just do this. That pretend it's a phone number. And boom. If I need,
wait, what'd you do?
I clicked the arrow and it went away.
Oh,
so right, it's a projects list, but because this little dot is lit up, I know, oh, there's more info below it.
Oh my!
So there's my project support material, right?
It's too much. I'm not ready.
And now
Shrunk it all.
I can go back up, and I got my next actions. So I'll say call mechanic, and then what I can do is I always do two things. I do this to remember that it's related to a project. All right, project. And then I can do a link. Boom. So two things happen now, right? If I'm looking just at my next actions,
Yeah.
I can drop this down and be like, oh yeah, that's related to the oil change. But if I'm looking at the oil change, it says backlink and it says, hey, for this project, you have a thing in your next actions list.
Mhm.
And it'll show me where that's also been linked to.
Okay.
Now, next thing that's cool,
Mhm.
I can embed. Let's see if this will work. I can basically put that phone. I just copied the phone number. So this is, I'll go up a level so you can tell what's going on. These are the same block in two places.
Inception.
See?
Right now? Yeah.
If I change one, it changes the other.
Oh my goodness. It's beauty of technology. I don't think my .txt has the capacity.
No, and honestly, like I think 85 to 90% of people don't need that.
No, but you're saying this iteration and format scales better on mobile.
Yeah, on mobile, it's like it works so well.
It's functional as opposed to tiny text document you're scrolling for years on.
Yeah, and that's where like the big issue I ran into was trying to keep the text file synchronized. It's just, and then like I had to download. It's just to get it to work properly. People might be like, just use Obsidian. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm sorry, I just don't want to use Obsidian.
Don't listen to them. They're just jealous. Okay.
I don't want to use Obsidian. I just don't want to. And Obsidian apparently does a really bad job once the text file gets to a certain size. And so to find an application that could like handle a text file basically infinite size, I had to download something directly from GitHub because it's not in the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, but yeah, I was just like, I don't want to make my own apparatus. For me personally, I think just moving stuff into workflowy is going to be fine. Like when I die, it will not matter what I used.
I don't know. Someone might find this video and be like, "You used what?" Like, no, man, just like
what? Throw out every contribution that guy ever made to humanity. Throw it away.
Zero credibility. So, question, selfishly back to the subject. When I want to be able to access this anywhere, this text document right now, it's only saved to my home PC. Are you recommending like a cloud saving, like in the cloud, like for my Gmail, or what's the?
If you have Google, so Google Drive, and you're on an iPhone,
honestly, I would don't say it with that tone. Okay, keep going.
I would just bring it to your favorite AI chatbot and say, I've got a text file. I need to edit it on my computer and on my phone. What do you recommend? And it's smart enough these days.
You don't leave it in the AI document.
You don't leave it in the AI chat.
Just put it away. Okay.
But
robots.
The chat will tell you like, use this app on your phone. Use this app to synchronize it.
Okay.
There you go.
Because work, we've gone away from Gmail, so I can make Gmail like my dedicated, like that's all mine now. Work is all Windows Outlook. So this is a big, nice little separation.
Yeah.
Of church and state, more or less. Okay. So
yeah. It can be important to keep those things separate, right? And you give two text files. I got one for work and I got one for my personal life.
Yeah, I just start with one. I gotta get one down. One TXT file I can maintain. So my plan will be to, I guess, just how do you start? Should I dedicate like I'm off on Thursday? Just like sit down and I assume I can reference this video and build my own version and then just start using it.
So
worried about
there are
failing
3 steps.
Okay.
And on Thursday is when you can take 2 of them.
Crap. Okay.
First is to capture. So, I mean, obviously, we've already done step 1 of just like build the apparatus.
Yes.
I've got my lists. I've got my journal. I've got my support stuff. And I got an archive to dump stuff into. When I'm
like the template. I don't have mine, but I have the template.
Right.
Yeah.
You got the outline.
Yeah.
The first step is the capture step, where literally you're just bringing stuff in to one place where you can look at it, one thing at a time. Okay. So your email inbox is a capture space.
No.
He's like
that cesspool. Okay.
But like around, what I like to do is I take a blank piece of paper and I go room by room and I write the name of the room at the top.
Analog.
And then if I see something that needs to be changed, I just write it down. And I don't write like what to do about it. I just write, what did I see? So I've got my Kindle, old school Kindle Paperwhite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want it there on my desk.
Yeah.
I actually want to kind of like figure out a better space for it. Therefore, I would write Paperwhite or Kindle on my sheet. And it's like, okay, next thing. I look over here. I look over there. I look over here. Be like, there's my jump rope is sitting on my desk in a funny place. I'd write jump rope. My kettlebell is not put away properly. I'd write kettlebell.
I've got a Christmas tree 20 feet to my right that's been sitting there for a while.
Right, Christmas tree. Just write, like, you can't pick that stuff up and put it in an in basket. So just write it on a piece of paper.
And then
or type it into your journal.
Okay.
Or whatever.
But then what do I do with that paper? You said, okay, that's...
Yeah, so then here's what happens is you're going to go back through it. Let's just say it's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you're going to go line by line. In the moment, decide what to do about it.
Mm.
You will either say, and here's the trick. If you can, in less than 2 minutes, just take care of it.
Yeah.
Then you should just do it right then. Because it'll take you more than 2 minutes to like manage it in the system.
Yeah.
So you should only use a system for stuff that's going to take a little bit of time. So for example, I've got a speed square. Ladies, I know this is a triangle. It's a speed square.
Oh no, you're the expert here. Okay.
It will take me less than 2 minutes to go put this back in my toolbox. So when I'm ready to go through my in basket and I pick this out of it, I'm just like, I'm not going to put it in. I'm not going to put in my list. I'm just going to walk out my door to my door. Drop it in the toolbox.
Looks like a someday maybe item to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And and the trick is don't skip. Whatever's like next, just keep working down the list. Don't try to pick what's easier, harder, blah, blah, blah. No. Just you're gonna get through it. You're committed to getting through everything. So just you either it finds a place in the list and it can go into someday maybe. The Christmas tree, if you're like, I honestly don't care if it's just there until next Christmas.
Just staring at me.
You could write
2 months
someday maybe I put away the Christmas tree.
It's in a bag. It's not stored properly. Anyway, you're right. I'm gonna handle it. Talk about it in a week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be on my someday maybe, but I'm getting there.
It's there, but that's the point. Is it's now gone from like it's only in my awareness when I stumble across it. Now it's like, nope, I gave it a spot. That's where it belongs. And this is part of the system too. As you get into it, is like, at least I do it once a week. You should scroll through your someday maybe list. It might get super long, but you should just casually remind yourself what's in there. Maybe it's time to take action on something. Maybe not. Who cares? It can just stay in the someday maybe list.
It seems, it's one of those where it seems simple, but it's kind of starting it, maintaining it, and then you're saying, so kind of now walk me through. Obviously, once I get this going, I'll build like the workflow and the routines and build the habits where it all become muscle memory, second nature, instinctual. And then you said you have a dedicated day, but it's like an hour. Like how long do you?
2 hour block.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you're all set up, I usually need about 2 hours to get current. Where I go through I get my email inboxes to zero. I get my physical in trade to zero.
It's not just this list. You're doing other things. Yeah.
It's like I'm taking all the stuff that's piled up and bringing it into the list.
Okay.
I'm making decisions about emails, delete emails, decide to reply to emails, whatever. Get those email inboxes to zero. Put away the speed square. Go through this other stuff. Decide what to do about it. I open up my downloads folder on my computer and I just like scroll through like most of this stuff. I downloaded it. I did whatever I needed and now delete it. I go through my projects list. If anything is done, I delete it off the list. If I have a projects folder, I archive the folder. Get it out of my way. Don't need it anymore.
I mean, I might need to follow up, we'll say 2 hour block training just for another time. Because otherwise I'll be like, I'm just going to stare at this and figure out if I'm going to ever do a someday maybe item for an hour and a half and I'm just not getting nothing done. So I want to make sure I operationalize that. workflow flow state for 2 hours. For me, it'd be on a Thursday.
Yeah. And so the flow state happens after everything's in the system, where now you're just like, all right, it's like, it's 10 a.m. time to work. What do I do first? Or what do I do next? You just quick look at your list and you're like, oh yeah, duh. I'm going to do this, this, and that. All right, cool. Put it away. All you need it is to look at the next actions list and be reminded of what to do.
I don't know, Devin. I got a pretty good 4-hour routine of preparation paralysis where I do nothing on my Thursdays. So I hate to give that up. Okay.
I will tell you the last secret, and then that'll be like the end of the training.
Where the drugs come in? I'm ready.
Yes. Yeah. This is the best.
The GTD?
Part. Honestly, I would have been way more successful, way more quickly with using just any productivity system if I knew what I'm about to tell you. I gotta move my windows around. Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Good. This is the right screen. That's the right screen. Boom. Okay.
Wow.
It is
Kate.
So your life will become so much easier if you remember that your brain likes lists that are 8 to 12 items long.
Wait, what?
Seriously, your brain enjoys looking at a list that is 8 to 12 items long. If a list is shorter than 8 to 12 items, it's easy to just ignore it.
Okay.
If a list is longer than 12 items, it can start to become overwhelming. Just in 12 items.
I see that.
It's some threshold of like this, just looking at this seems to require enough decisions about even what to look at. I don't want to look at it.
Okay, beyond 12.
Oh, how does that work? In next actions, you divide it up into context typically. So like when I'm at home, there's some stuff I can do. When I'm at the office, some stuff I can do.
Oh, I like that. Because that's
when I'm on my phone, got phone calls and text messages, emails. When some errands I need to run. Right? You start to take these tasks.
So 8 to 12. So in next action under home, I can have 8 to 12.
And then here's what happens. You might go through your list and under home, you end up with like 30.
That's very real.
What are you going to do?
I'd put some in someday, maybe.
No, at home. Outside.
Oh. You just break them down more?
Home. Inside.
You're cheating now. That's how that works.
Office. Seriously.
And then like it makes it more.
Here's a good one. At home. Upstairs to downstairs. I did this and I was like,
about having an upstairs and a downstairs.
I was like walking around upstairs and was like, oh, that needs to go downstairs. That needs to go down. That needs to go downstairs. I found like 15 things need to go downstairs. I was like, I just need to make a list that's just
information overload. Hit the 12 cap.
I know, I did cross it. But but there's this great moment where I was just like, this is great. Because then I'm like, if I've got a 20-minute window, I can just get all these 15 things done. Like just boop, 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 bam. And then it's like, it feels so good. Just like, huge block of tasks, gone. They're all done.
Cleared out.
And then I just delete the list. I don't need to.
I was going to say delete, you don't archive because it's just like a.
Yeah, this stuff is, you just delete it when it's gone. Just goodbye. I don't even use a task bullet for it. I just use a hyphen.
Whoa.
Because that's, I mean, okay.
There's no need to scale that list.
Yeah. So 8 to 12 items per context, right? And it's just
Goldilocks zone. Yeah.
And then errands. It's so cool because like your errands, it's like you have a thing in this area of your life. You're like, I gotta drive somewhere to do that. And then you have this one, I gotta drive somewhere to do that. And this one, it's like, and you look and you're like, hey, today would be a great time to drive to all those 3 things. They are from totally different areas of responsibility. But I've got a couple of hours. It's a good day to go for a drive. I got these things. 3, I can now accomplish 3 things that had you not gotten them all into one system, you might have only done one of them. And then the next day you'd be like, oh, I need to do that thing. I forgot. I should have done that yesterday. I was just over by that store.
And the guilt is overwhelming.
It's the worst. And so this is how you avoid that.
But I'm so used to it. Like it just feels like that's home. Okay.
The hardest thing is like, I don't know how to describe how good this system is to someone who's never done it properly.
But Devin, as men, we're more comfortable with a familiar pain than an unfamiliar pleasure. Okay.
Okay. I'm not. I like my comfort. I hate pain. Pain is stupid. Except after a good workout.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the pain of progress. Okay. That's not even pain. That's like so much dopamine behind that.
The endorphin kick.
Yeah. That's the word I want.
It's satisfaction. You're like, I hurt so good.
Yep. I got sleep recover, like what I need to do now.
I mean, that can go in here too as a workout log.
Yeah.
You could make it like a different, like just like you're doing the journal, just make a section somewhere down, just like, yep, here's my workout log. Every workout I've done in the past 6 months.
It's for progressive overload and for programming. That's like, that makes sense. I can apply this to things I would like to do. What do you mean? Okay. Just kidding. I like doing things.
Well, this is the thing is you'll find that so much of the reason you don't like taking action is because you actually don't like the decision fatigue of deciding which action to take.
Yeah.
And so what we're saying is you front load that, you make all the decisions when you're in a good mood to make decisions. And then the actual work, it is knowledge work. Like you have to use your brain to write an email, but because you already decided this morning or yesterday what email to write and about what, then you're just flowing. It's like, get it out the door. Boom, done. Do the next thing. Boom, done. Do the next thing. Boom, done. Do the next thing. All right, I want to take a break.
Because I already have like my the only thing I'm prepped for the next 5 days are my workouts. Like I don't know what I'm doing for work and stuff.
And when did you decide what workout you're going to do tomorrow?
It's based on the system I implemented months ago, and it's based on what I did last week and my physical state, and then my last 3 days of training. And I need to execute changes based on the results of those last workouts. I don't think about it. I just react to it. It's just turns out it works. No, but .txt and my girl Kate help me out. I'm not ready for Kate. I'm gonna start TXT and get my Google Drive going, and I'll see if I can scale.
Yeah, man, one step at a time, and then it'll start to intuitively make sense. You'll hop on YouTube and like listen to different people chat about how they do it. I'll just say, do not get off the beaten path. There will be people that are like, I took GTD and built a new system based on it. I'm like, you're dumb. Like GTD is the result of 40 plus years of experimentation. I'm like, did you also experiment for 40 years before you decided to improve it? No, they didn't. They read it over a weekend and were like, oh, I think I can do better. I have tried those systems.
Yeah.
They are not better. I have never found a system that is better. I have found systems to use the other way around. So the 12-week year, it's a brilliant goal setting system.
Periodization. Yep.
I use it as, I consider my 12-week year a project inside my GTD system.
Okay. So you scale the paradigm within the system.
Exactly. I've like the 12-week year, it's like there's a particular outcome I want to achieve. Great. I write that outcome as a project and I give it a due date. I didn't talk about that, but due date's usually a parentheses after the thing.
Yeah, I'll build my system first. Then
I'm like, my 12-week year goal. There's the goal written out, due date, the last day of the 12-week year. Great. Oh, nice. And then there we go. It's just like.
No, because it's like there's ways to scale other systems within this system. And it's adaptable, but it's simple. Simple but deep is just like what great systems are.
Yeah.
And talking about like the best system is the one that you actually use and you maintain.
That's the key is you will not, it's important that you trust the system, and you will trust the system if everything is in it.
Yeah, because then you're invested.
If you start to neglect it,
yeah,
your brain will be like, I can't trust the system. It doesn't have everything I need.
And that's my fault.
And you will lose the inclination to just keep going back to it.
Okay. And what's nice is I right now pretty much always have access to a computer. Like, I don't have a lot of like weekend downtime where I'm not at home or at work. And so I foresee it being pretty easy on my end right now to maintain this, because the first thing is starting it though.
Acclimating to it. And I think the TXT file, the text file, just like most applications are not better than the TXT file.
Okay.
It's so hard to describe. Like, I've used Obsidian, Logseek, all the different task and note suites in Microsoft and Google. I use Simple Note. I use but they were not better than a text file.
Okay.
They were basically, I took a text file and broke it into pieces.
I'm on board with the blind trust factor of just doing it and then building momentum and maintaining it. But I assume we'll touch base Thursday and I'll just show you.
Yeah.
Obviously what I built. And I need that time horizon because that forced accountability with me. Like, okay, I have to do something. And I assume I'll be able to reference this meeting as well as we talk through it so I can kind of rebuild mine as I reference this meeting. Because
what's up?
Not gonna remember half of this stuff from how to build it and how to, we'll say, reference each category appropriately. And I'll probably make a lot of mistakes and it'll look pretty cluttered. But 8 to 12, I'll remember that. I'll lock down.
8 to 12.
8 to 12.
Cool. So, we will look at that on Thursday.
I'm excited.